Hello miners and crafters and welcome to episode 36 on the BoCraft server. As you can see behind me, we've been exploring and I found a witch hut. So in this episode we're going to cross another farm off our list, that is the witch list. So let's get into it. We're going to fly over here. Now, what we're going to have to do is we don't have the replay mod. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show a bit and talk through what we do as we build this farm. So here we are, miners and crafters. These are the items that I started out with. I think this will be what we need for the farm, but let's have a look and we'll see exactly what we need and how we build it. Okay, so what we're going to do is kill this witch. And we're just going to place markers around where we think the outside is going to be. So sort of like we want the corners of it. So we'll put the first one in. Probably in theory it should have been like a little bit further back. And we'll just place these markers all the way around. If you notice, the front I put a little bit closer. I probably should have done that one block further out towards the front. Now let's just make some stairs so I don't have to keep swimming up. So now we've got the markers, we're going to leave a 2-block gap and we want to build sort of like a platform around the bottom part. And if we keep it in line with those markers, it should be right. So we're going to mark one on the bottom and we're going to put some markers on the top as well. And we just need to remember to leave a 2-block gap in between each of these markers. So now that we have those markers done, here comes the fun part. We can take the witch hut down. So once that witch hut is down, our next job is to start building the spawning platforms. We're going to fill in the bottom area. So we've got somewhere for some witches to spawn. Now that we have that done, we're going to build out one on the back. This is where we're going to put some water and trapdoors later on. And we're going to build one around the edge to keep some water in. So now we can put our trapdoors here to hold the water in. I did realize that I built this probably a little bit too small, so I'm going to extend this one on each side. And then once that's done, fill this up with water and make sure we've got all water sources in here so it flows down. So what you would have noticed is we built up on the sides, just one up and out. This is where we're going to put our tripwire hooks and we're going to connect those with string. This is so that they can sense the witches, and you'll know at the end if you trip the tripwire hooks, then the water will come out. We'll have a look at the redstone after we finish that. And now we have the redstone. What we're going to do is we're going to choose one side, just extend it out one more. We're going to put all the redstone along the blocks near the tripwires. This is so they can pick up the signal. We're also going to put a torch on the end, and that's going to power redstone powering the trapdoors. Then you can test it, and if it works, it should power that redstone and turn that torch off and drop the water out. I did notice that I built this a little bit too long, so I'm just going to take those bits of blocks out and make this line up properly. And now all there is to do for the first layer is to top this off with a roof and repeat it another twice, except we're going to do something a little bit different for the third layer roof. So for the third layer, what we're going to need to do is we're going to use slabs instead of full blocks. This is so nothing can spawn on the top. I guess you could use full blocks and then spawn proof it on the top, but we don't want anything spawning at all. That means the blocks around the sides, we're also going to have to spawn proof those. Now we're going to need somewhere for the witches to So then we place water, one on each side and a sign in the middle. So next what we're going to do is we are going to build the drop chamber, which will go into our kill chamber. I'm going to build this all the way down to the bottom of this lake, but you can build it however long you want or need, but I have some brilliant ideas that we're going to see soon. So with this, I thought I'm going to build a tunnel from our nether portal down to the kill chamber, and where we can also collect our witch drops. I've got some great plans that we're going to do and see later on as well, so stick around and see the design for this tunnel. So what we're going to do now is build the kill chamber. We're going to place a hopper facing down with a rail on top. Now we're going to need about 24 minecarts to entity cram these witches as they come down. So once all they are placed, we can place a slab to stop the minecarts from moving. We're going to remove that rail. And we're going to replace around the edges with boards so we can build this in the great design that I have planned. So here we are, miners and crafters. We finished on stream. I built this witch around the witch hut. So I've got an AFK platform up there. It should despawn at least most of the mobs. And I've spawn proofed sort of like a bit of a perimeter around. So I built this on stream. And the tunnel that we were talking about, this is it. I really like this. I've got sort of like the dark background. It feels like you're going into a cauldron or something. I've used the fungus in plants and the new candles in the 1.17 update. So they all come down there. I've got Wither Rose there, brew stand to, you know, make a brew like all the witch does. So there is something else that I wanted to tell you about, and we're going to check that out closer to our base. So let's travel through the nether to our base. So here we are. Well, here we are, miners and crafters. This is what I wanted to show you. This is where I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of work here. I have dug out a massive hole. Massive hole. That's what I want to show you. No. What I want to show you is this. This is sort of like a spawning area. Hopefully it's going to spawn some passive mobs. Now on stream we did come up with a design. It's going to sort out the horses from everything else. So what we're going to have is this flying machine. Going to zoom over. Going to zoom, and it's going to push everything. Basically everything. I'm going to have slabs on the bottom of there, so hopefully that will work. But we'll see. And it's going to push everything over. It's going to have a kill chamber down here. Now that design, I'm going to go into a creative world and we're going to quickly go through that design and how I'm going to implement it in this world. So here we are, miners and crafters, with the creative world that I was sort of playing around with in a stream. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab some magma blocks because this isn't quite finished. So this is the kill chamber that they're going to go into. So we sort of like all the mobs, yes, that's where I was Testing them. But anyway. Let's for this purpose, let's just like put that so they stay in there. But you sort of get the point. So I'm gonna turn these mobs down. It's quite loud. Let's see. Friendly. Okay. Turn them all the way down. So what happens is the mobs are going to be pushed into a water stream. They're all going to sort of like get over here. They're all going to come through there. But the thing is, we experimented with the hitboxes. So horses have a much bigger hitbox than the pigs and the cows. So let's get a pig. The pig hitbox and the donkey and the cow and the horse and obviously the chicken. Now the donkey and the cow have a much bigger hitbox than the cow and the pig and the chicken. So what we've done is we've experimented a little bit with the hitboxes. So the cows and the chickens can fall through a 1x1 gap. 1x1 gap, I think it is. They do get stuck, so it will need like a couple of them to come through. So they can fall through. The chickens can fall through. Pigs can fall through. Basically, we'll put a few in. There we go. They get pushed down. Some of them make it. But the majority of them, get pushed down. Like they do jump. But anyway, maybe we can put like another slab. That might stop it. That will stop it. So if we put like slabs there we go. Oh no, they'll break it. Anyway, the horses, their hitboxes are too big. We might have to make this street wide, but anyway, go that way. There we go. We got it. So this is sort of like the design, or at least a rough design. So now, when the pigs and cows and stuff spawn, it'll be mainly like cows and stuff. So in theory, they'll fall down. They'll get killed. And everything else, or the majority of everything else, like the horses that we want, will go through. And that is so we can hopefully start getting some horses. So we'll see. That is the next thing. So we'll head back into BoCraft and we'll talk about what's going to happen. So here we are, miners and crafters. So in the next episode, my plan is to get this working, get this up and running. I might try a couple of different platforms. That is my AFK sort of spot. So I'm going to keep building that up, I might have a few platforms. We'll see. Maybe light this up a little bit more. But this is where it's going to be. So I'm going to dig down, probably like 2 or something like that. They're all going to be washed into a chamber over this side or the other side. I haven't decided yet. And they're going to have, that's going to be the sorting area. So it's going to have the pigs, cows, chickens, everything else going down there. And the horses are just going to go straight through. And I might put a bubble stream so they go up. Or I might send them into Nether to increase spawns. We'll see. But if you liked this episode, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you want to see anything particular on the BoCraft server, leave a comment. Any questions, thoughts, leave them in the comments. I'd love to reply to them. I'll get to every single comment possible. Until next time, have fun mining, crafting, and exploring. Bye-bye.